Platinum Trophy playthrough for GreedFall. This is the first of 2 playthroughs. We've knocked out a large chunk of the trophies and we're nearing the end game now. Now from this point on, now that we've got our romance trophies from the last episode, we will be running the main story quest all the way to the end. So at this point, let's show Trial of the Waters. So complete the Trial of the Waters is where we're at. There are some side quests we have to finish for some trophies, but we'll do those later on. So for right now, Trial of the Waters is where we are at. And you can see where we need to go to complete the Trial of Waters. So before we go there, we need to craft or purchase a sleeping potion. And so we just left our residence. So let's quickly talk to the vendor and see if we can grab a sleeping potion from him right around this corner.
You'll find all you need. Welcome. It's such a pleasure to see you again. Have you seen anything to your liking? What might I help you with?
Oh, so we do have one. You can see we own one sleeping potion already, so we don't need his.
See you soon.
So let's head on out. We'll head on out by going back to our residence so that we can pick the companion we'd like and then travel. So I like Vasco, so I'm going to drop Kurt and we'll add Vasco. Of course, this is easy, so you can pick whoever you want. And we will travel all the way to Dorgred, the Heart's Gates, to finish up the Trial of Water. Yeah, that's the big Finn getting busy with other dogs. His real name is Finnegan, but we call him Finn for short. His nickname is Shark Fin. And that big bark does mean he is a Great Dane. Decent size for one, but he's not as big as my last Great Dane. Was 170 pounds. He was a big boy. So there we go, levels loaded, so we can head on out now. So we'll need to go to the location that's marked and enter the cave. Oh, forgot we were on the wrong screen right there. So what we need to do is head around to the right, not the left like I started out. And it should take you all the way around over here. Came here once before, but we couldn't get in the door.
Siora, do you know anything about the trial that awaits us inside? My mother passed it during the last election, but it was Vinbar that was elected in the end. Did she tell you about it? A little, but it is a secret trial. It is important that you give your whole heart to it. I know that you must choose your path in your way. Combat is not necessarily the best response. even if it allows you to get to where you are going. If you are confronted with animals, remind yourself that they must feed. And there are ways of altering food to make those who eat it fall into a deep and peaceful sleep. Is that an idea that your mother used? It's clever. Thank you.
So now you know why we needed a sleeping potion. To get past some of the monsters. So in this first section, crouch down. Because we're going to sneak by.
Look, they're eating the old carcass. If you poured some sleeping potion on it, they'd fall asleep. You did it. They're sleeping. We should be able to pass without a fight.
All right. So that's the first ones. You can see we're at the end. For here you want to go down the left path. We'll crouch anyways.
Beasts that the natives call dorsitats. They seem to be resting. Perhaps we can pass without waking them if we move.
Oh, we need vigor level 2. I'm not sure we can. We have that. Okay, so let's go to the inventory. Oh, we have science, but not vigor. That's going to be unfortunate that I didn't prepare better. I forgot that I do not have the vigor chest piece anymore. So we were able to sneak by anyways. So good on us. And now you'll come to a puzzle.
Watch out, Anad! You were freezing and you had this empty stare. The water in the basin spoke to you, no? Yes. Exactly like the lightning-struck tree. I was something else for a brief moment. Tell us. Visions like I was in the sky. I was floating, carried by the wind. And it was a cold feeling. I was high up and it was getting colder and colder. I felt my blood freezing in my veins. I fell to the ground and spun slowly. And then the sun warmed me, and suddenly I bounced on the ground, and I was taken by the bubbling current of this creek. Then, just like before, the vision dissipated, and I was suddenly with you again.
So that's the clue to getting past this.
This stone is blackened, eaten away. think it is supposed to evoke death.
So what we're after is wind first, like she said from her vision. There it is.
This stone bears the image of a storm.
So first the wind, and then if you remember, we said we were up high in the cold,
Here.
which
This
is
way.
snow, then sun, and then water.
On this stone, the sun is... The drawing on this stone makes me think of fire. I'm certain.
Not fire, water is what we're after for the last one. There it is.
This stone is adorned with the etching of a...
Okay, then head over to the creature over here that you would have had to fight otherwise. And tame it with the button. And there's the mural you need to examine.
This must be the seal that Glendan spoke. It looks like the silhouette of the mountain of Tir Fredi, and a face is drawn within it.
The spirit of the volcano. One of the faces of Einon Frichterman.
Okay. Now we're all the way back. We've completed the trial, so let's go talk to Glendon. So you can see that was pretty much easy mode for us.
Bertir to mad on Olmanawi. I congratulate you for passing the trial. Enter.
Okay, in we can go.
And so you have returned. Can you tell me what the seal deep within the cavern brings into your mind?
A face in the mountain of Tir Fredi.
Then you have seen the true face of the island when looking into her waters. And the island has seen inside you. You sent the beasts into a deep sleep. That was very clever. Another before you did the same. In choosing the path of silence, you avoided confronting the Dosantats. Finally, you have completed the ritual. And in so doing, the Guardian recognized you as a wise man. You choose to trust the way of ruse and wisdom. It is a difficult path, but it carries generous fruits. The island has seen your intelligence and also your compassion. The friendship of Katasach towards you no longer surprises me.
Am I authorized to encounter Einon Frichterman now? To present him with my request?
If the High King agrees, yes. We shall not oppose that decision. Only a High King or High Queen is allowed to open the sanctuary. I warned you. Your voyage is far from over.
I suppose that I'm going to need to convince him as well. Where can I find him?
I do not know. And I believe that it may be another trial on your path to find the one you seek.
Is he hiding? Has he been captured?
He disappeared several months ago. Since then, we have not heard from him. He was worried about the Renaigse. The last people to have seen him, I'm told, were the most important chiefs of the clans here at the council. There was Deirdre, Blacknid, Ulan, and Dunkas.
My mother, alas, can tell us nothing more.
Yes. I heard about your loss, Siora. On divorce, Tirce. Mourning is a difficult time to pass.
And divorce Tirce. Thank you, Glyndon.
Dedra is the Mal of the clan of the Storm Warriors. You will find her in the village of Vedlug.
I have already met her. She sent me to confront a guardian.
That sounds like her. Ulan is the Mal of the village of Vignamri, near the coast. It is said that he welcomes the Renagse. As for Dunkas, he leads the Vigigidor. He is the chief of the Earth Healers. His village is not very far from the Didekidan Nadages.
Very well. I will go and see them. Try to find this High King. Thank you, Glendan.
Kwa'awalamsek. I hope that you will find him.
Okay, and there it is, the trophy, waterproof, for completing the Trial of Water. And now let's check the quests, and there it is, main quest, need to speak to Constantine. And there's our travel point right in front of us. And we'll go back to New Serene, our residence, because it's closest to where we can find our cousin Constantine and tell him what we have found, what we've deduced so far, that we're well on the path to healing the Malachor. Wait for the level to load, at least tell us that it's loading, and we'll get busy moving forward again. Still running. I mean, you can run with any companion you want. You can see I'm running with Ciara and Vasco. And all the companions, once they're at this level, they give you a certain boost. So you might want to run with different ones than I'm running with. Again, it's upstairs like always. So yeah, sprint just automatically opens the doors that way. He's gone.
Lieutenant, I demand an explanation. Tell us what is going on. We haven't heard anything about Lord Dorsey's condition in spite of our inquiries. We are extremely worried. And then all of a sudden one of his guards appears, shaken and on his own, though he is part of his retinue.
Please, allow me the chance to shed some light, my lady.
Your soldier is nothing more than a coward for abandoning his highness.
Tell me, what is going on?
This soldier has just reported in. He is asking for reinforcements. He believes that Lord Dorsey has been attacked.
He believes. He ran here without full knowledge of what happened firsthand.
I was sent on patrol far from the camp, but I heard screams from men and from beasts. I wanted to return to camp, but then I heard a deafening sound, grinding like a landslide. I thought then it would be best just to go and get help.
Thank you, Lieutenant. You are dismissed. I would like to have a discussion with this man alone.
Yes?
My lady, could you lead these fine people into the hallway if you would be so kind?
Certainly. I deplore this embarrassing turn of events, but know that you have my full support in all circumstances.
In the interest of avoiding a general panic, tell me precisely what happened back there.
Your cousin ordered us to escort him beyond the town limits. The islander convinced him to go on some journey.
By islander, do you mean the Donegad that came to treat his affliction?
Yes, a strange bird. Missing more than one feather, you ask me, milady. I was ordered to set up patrol along a small path. rather far from the rest of the company. I was told to protect our perimeter from anyone wandering along. According to the Islander, it was the only access to their planned destination. I did my rounds for quite some time. Not a soul came along. But then I heard cries a ways off, and I went running to help. I heard an enormous crashing sound like an avalanche of rocks. So then I turned right back around.
And you ran all the way here? Do you know precisely where the company was when you heard these sounds?
No, not precisely. I hadn't gone there. But I could show you where I was posted. The Islander said they were following the path, but he was quite a ways ahead when I lost sight of them.
My cousin was quite weak. Do you know why he decided to follow the Denegad?
His Highness was feeling much better. The potions that he was drinking must have been potent. I mean to show no disrespect to His Highness, but that Islander had the high ground in the War of Wits. I wasn't privy to their counsel. I haven't the beginning of an explanation for the expedition, but your cousin was all full of enthusiasm and ordered that we set out as quick as we could make ready.
That sounds like him. What sort of mess has he gotten himself into again?
I am sorry, milady, but I don't know anything else I could tell you.
Why didn't you go and look for yourself? To see if they had been buried by a rock slide?
What? Alone? What could I have done? It seemed of greater urgency to go and get help.
I'm still having trouble deciding if cowardice or intelligence got the best of you. But that's a question for your superiors. Dismissed, soldier. Looks like I'm going on an expedition.
Thank you, milady.
Okay. So you can see we're on the High King's Trail quest. There's actually a couple quests now, but they both intersect. So it doesn't really matter which one you pick. We're going to just rock with the first one that pops up. And we will head on out. Of course, travel from our residence. So the one person you need to talk to first is Ulan. And I'd be damned if I could remember which one he was. So let's just pick one and roll with it. If you take a minute to check out the video or fast forward, I'll show you which the right one is by checking each of the ones in turn that we need to check on, and that'll save you some time. So might just want to go ahead and fast forward to that point from here so that you don't have to see me run around unless I got lucky and found Ulan in the first one. But I just don't remember which one he was, which camp he was in. I think it was the middle one, Vedrad, the Redwoods. And we were right. It was the one on the right. So there we go. So hopefully you guys can see that I wound up in the right place to start with. And now we'll go talk to Ulan. There he is.
do I owe the pleasure of your visit?
Ask about the
I'm in
High
need of
King.
your help, Ulan. I am looking for your High King, Vinbar. I was told that you were one of the last people to see him.
I wouldn't know where you could find him. He disappeared moons ago, but you are our ally. We had met in the council at Dorhad Genadu, but we were unable to come to an understanding. Some of us are full of violence. Deirdre and the poor Bladnid were among them, alas. I defended you, of course, and attempted to make them hear reason, with some help from the cautious Dunkas. But our disagreement angered Vinbar. He decided to leave us and to seek counsel elsewhere. He wanted to go to the heart of the island.
Do you think he might have stayed there?
I doubt it. It was too long ago, even if he decided to stay away from his people.
Thank you, Ulan.
Anything else?
Nope, we can leave
Nothing.
now.
I must go.
And we need to go to Windshaver, which we've been to before. Bust through the doors. Travel points right here to your right. So hit it up. And let's see if we can force load it a little bit faster. Let's mark some of these unknowns. Some of them will be camps, by the way. We'll sneak attack him.
Bit of poison on my blade, and let's go!
Alright, there we go. Some rubies, some obsidian, some good stuff for us. For our crafting. So just as a warning, we're going to have to fight a guardian here pretty soon. So you want to be ready for that. Usually fighting guardians having Kurt along is a good thing, so if you find the camp first, you may want to switch to Kurt. I'm not going to. Just as a reminder, we're in easy mode, so...
Bit of poison on my blade, and let's go!
And you can see they went down pretty easy. Because as a reminder, we're in easy mode. Loot these guys. It's pretty straightforward. You can see there is a path up here to the right, but we'll deal with that later. Let's mark this one first. And there's a camp. And we will find out how many there are here. So 1 of 2. Gather your companions if you want. But here's where we must go. Right around the corner, so just keep the left wall. Hug the left wall if you will. Whatever I'm trying to say. There's some more iron you can loot right here, so let's just grab this one real quick. And here we are in the village of Windshavar. Let's come up here and talk to this guy first.
Bird Tiotomad on Almanawi. Esqueto.
Hello. I'm sorry, but I do not speak your language.
Really? Then you are a Renaigse. I have never met one with the bond. Might I do something for you?
I am looking to find Vinbar, the High King of Tirfredi. And I was told that he was born in this village. He disappeared after visiting the heart of the island. But I was hoping someone here might know where he is hiding.
You should speak with Sarah. She is the companion of our king.
Where might I find her?
I do not know. She left the village and I have not seen her in several days. Anything else?
Goodbye.
Okay, so now we need to talk to a woman in the village. Down there you can see to the left.
Tumad. It is rare. Is there something?
I'm looking for High King Vinbar. I know that he disappeared after having visited the heart of the island. But someone here in his village might know where he went after.
If anyone knows anything else?
Would you know where I could find Sarah?
She left to follow Vinbar. She wanted the mountains to take her as well.
What do you mean?
I don't know if Renaigse could understand. Our High King is on Almanawi, and a Donegad. His bond with the mountain is very strong. Even stronger now that he speaks with the Enolmil Frichtimen. Sarah knew that the mountain would take him back, and she wanted the mountain to take her as well. She went to attempt to bond herself to it. She sought the Cavern of Knowledge. We haven't seen her since. She might have succeeded. Anything else?
Where is this Cavern of Knowledge located?
We don't know. The caverns. Anything else?
Thank you for your help.
Okay, back to talking to the first guy. Here he is.
Might I do something for you?
I heard talk about a Cavern of Knowledge.
It is a place where the Donegada go, within the earth. They hear the voices of those that went before them, and they learn. There are some on Tirfredi. The closest to our village is found to the northeast of here, but the entrance is sealed, hidden. It is a sacred place, a place for only the Donegada. Anything else?
Nope, that's it.
Goodbye.
So now we know where we need to go. So let's take a quick look at the map. All the way up there. So real quick, I'm going to take you back over here so that I can show you where to pick up the last 2 legendary pieces of armor. In case you're doing a melee build, which is fine on easy difficulty, but you might as well have the full power of a full set of legendary gear. We have to go back this way anyways to head up the alternate path. There's the 2 dregs we killed before. And the other guys we killed before. Some more creatures. At the moment I don't see the frickin' guardian. Doesn't mean he's not around. But the guardian is protecting the last 2 pieces, by the way. Map exit, not what we're looking for. Let's dust off these guys.
Bit of poison on my blade. Then let's go!
All done. And there's the guardian. And there he goes. Some iron ore. We walloped the crap out of the guardian without even really taking any damage. So there you go, Warrior King outfit and Crane Mask of the Bird King. So let's go ahead and take a look now that we have those in our inventory. So there you go, Warrior King armor is the same as what we're rocking right now, but you can see we already have 3 boosts in our current set of armor. So this is one we will want to throw the lock picking on. Well, we really don't need lock picking anymore, but we can put 3 more boosts on and be better off with this one. And then you can see this one is quite a bit better. We lose on intuition though. So for the time being, since we're not fighting and we're going to need some intuition, we won't put it on yet, but I wanted to show you the gear. All right, now Alright, so there you go. Another guardian killed. No trophy for that one, by the way. And there's not a trophy for killing all of them in the game, just one of each. So don't feel obligated. I'm just trying to show you everything you can do and all the gear you can get. Part of the 100% playthrough. Wouldn't be 100% if I didn't show you everything, by the way. Here's some more iron we can loot. Fossil and amber.
Bit of poison on my blade. And let's go!
And those guys to go down, post toasty. So quick look at the map. We should check over here. We'll see real quick here. I don't remember exactly where the camp is, but it's in the middle of the path there, the question mark. Which I doubt will be a camp. More iron. Gotta have sharp eyes when you're running, or don't run. Just jog like that and loot everything. Oh, there's the camp. Perfect. That's 2 of 2 in this area. Before we go any farther, let me drop a save. Overwrite the save we made right before the Kurt romance option. There you go.
What stops your tongue? You think someone's coming to save you? Give in. Your life is in our hands. It is time to tell us all you know. The sooner
Oh, can't get down that way.
the sooner this
should be discreet if we want to eavesdrop on these people.
She's been enduring this punishment for hours, blow upon blow through gritted teeth.
Truly savage beast we have here. Do we even know if it speaks our language?
Leave us. You will eventually tell us how you found your way into that grotto. Your defiance is only prolonging the inevitable. You remind me of that rat my master was studying. The creature used all of its fire in an effort to escape. Scratching, twisting, refusing to understand that the cage holding it was its only remaining world. It had everything it could ever need, but it wouldn't stop looking for a way out. Even though its fate was now sealed to serve science. Its animal instinct drove it to flee. It had strangled itself between the bars of its own cage in a final futile attempt to escape. It was an enormous beast and very clever. If it had simply relented, it could have lived peacefully for many years. Instead of that, these monsters are torturing her. Come, we must set her free.
Okay, so now let's go set her free. We tried to go to the eavesdrop point first, but it wouldn't let me.
A bit of poison on my blade. Then let's go!
But I recognize this face. Lady de Sade, what a pleasure to see you again.
These people are monsters. I'm sure that they will explain what pushes them to treat her this way. Believe me, we would never have reached such extremities if she... You see, we have been studying these beings that show, like you, such strange markings on their bodies. We call them metamorphs. And we seek to learn through what process they metamorphosize. We heard the savages hide all of their knowledge within them. And certainly all the secrets that interest us. We discovered one here, but are unable to enter. This woman, she knows how to enter. But as you have witnessed, to know we are so close to understanding such a fascinating phenomenon, and to be able to do nothing. Let's just say it has made us aggressive.
It's extremely regrettable. Free her. We would like to have a word with her.
She won't tell you anything. Let us handle this. She will give in at some point.
Use your intuition for a
Have
win.
you already forgotten all that you owe me? Without me, you would all be lost. I took you for sages. Doctor, you have made me regret my actions.
It is true that we indeed...
No knowledge justifies treating anyone this way.
Ugh, free her now!
Okay, there we go.
How are you feeling?
Better now. Those Renaigse are absolute monsters. But who are you? You too are a...
We were told at Wenshavar that you and you alone...
I wish I knew where he was right now. I waited a long time and then I came here. To enter...
You believe that this is where he is hiding?
No. But you saved me. And so I must help you as well. You may come with me.
Okay, now you saved her. She's going to let us into the Cave of Knowledge. Pass all the Bridge Alliance people since we have good standing with them. Yeah, there we go. It's the shark fin being busy, letting the neighborhood know he's around. Here we go. So just keep following Sarah, and you'll be fine. Don't forget to friend and follow us on Twitch, and if you're on YouTube, like our video and hit the subscribe button. Doesn't cost you anything and helps us out a bunch.
Something I could track.
Is it your wish to join him?
He is my Manundanem. That means the one who shares my mind in your language. We must be reunited.
I understand. But why protect the entrance to the cavern at the risk of your own life?
The caverns of knowledge are truly sacred places. Only the Doneigada have the right to enter.
But you are not a Doneigad. Is that right?
I am not. But I must enter in spite of everything. And since you have helped me, you may enter as well. Even if I am not sure I can trust you. Because you spared these people. Remind yourself that this honor is immense and show respect. I implore you.
Put your fears to rest. We have not come to defile this sacred place. How do we enter?
Allow me. I have seen Vinbar make these movements so many times.
Okay. In we go. And there'll be 4 murals we need to inspect.
The paint of this fresco is still fresh. It must have been painted recently. It's of a crowned man. Vinbar, no doubt. It looks as if he is walking through the skies towards the volcano. A face has been painted on the volcano.
The spirit of the mountain. My heart did not betray me. Vinbar has readied himself to join Enon Milfrichtemen.
Was that why you came in here? To confirm that supposition?
To understand, yes. As the years passed, my Minundanem grew more and more distant to me. I thought at first it was due to his status and the invasion of the Renaigse. But now I see that he was hearing the call of Enon Milfrichtemen. He had no choice but to answer it. Oh, Vinbar, why did you not share this with me?
Climb the ladder. This is pretty straightforward. The pass you have to take, by the way. Not 100% straightforward, but straightforward enough that you can do this without getting lost.
These paintings are older. This looks like it represents a man who transforms himself into some kind of enormous bird.
He is a Doneigad, becoming a Nadaig Meneman. Vinbar was also bound to the mountain.
If I understand correctly, the Doneigada metamorph differently.
Yes. This in Olmenau, but how could a guardian of the plains resemble a guardian of the mountains?
Do you believe that Vinbar is readying himself?
For some, it takes years. At least this is what is said. For others, it might take... I hope only to have the time to bid him farewell.
Given how well hidden this seed was, it must open an important passage. All we have to do is find out which.
Okay, on we go to the next one. Also, Sarah leads you basically through here as you need to go.
This mural is also ancient. It seems that this door is just in front of us.
The Doneigada seal certain sacred places with root doors.
Yes, I have run into similar barriers. But here, there are two that seem to be different. For one, The flower motifs seem to indicate which plant is required.
This is possible. The caverns of knowledge are used to initiate, and this painting must teach the younger how to reach the sacred place.
In that case, shouldn't there be an illustration of the second plant?
The initiates also learn by listening to their masters.
Okay, on we go. One more to go. There it is.
On this one we see a sacred site with raised... We also see a path that leads there.
This must certainly be the path the young apprentices must walk. And the Donegada that are prepared.
Do you recognize the place where the entrance can be found?
I think so. It looks like...
With all that we have learned from studying these paintings, we should be able to find Vinbar. I just hope there is still enough of him left to answer us.
What do you hope to ask of him?
We hope that he will agree to take us into the sanctuary of Dorhad Genadu.
What do you hope to ask of him? Why would the Renaik say? It matter not. My head spins. I will wait for you outside.
Please, go ahead. We will join you shortly.
That woman left in a bit of a hurry, don't you?
Sarah is upset, and I don't think that she trusts us. We should hurry and catch up to her.
This door is locked. Sarah has put us in a very tricky situation.
She did not want us to find Vinbar. Come, these caves often have several exits.
So zoom out a little bit, you can see the path is just behind where we are. There'll be some traps along the way. So you notice that's why I'm not sprinting through here. Just trying to keep an eye out. Okay, we're out. And we have to go all the way back the other way.
These traps weren't here when we went through with Sarah earlier.
She must have set them to make sure that we wouldn't be able to follow her.
Let's hurry and find this passage to the northern mountain before she decides to come and fight us directly.
Right, so there was the traps. We were able to get by them. You don't have to disarm them. You can try to disarm them if you wish. Iron that's already looted. Just keep on running down this way until we get to a path that we can hang a right on. creatures that we blasted before. And here we go. Alright, so I was using my Occubus a little bit there so that we could get some firearm damage. Slowly working on that trophy, by the way. Oh, we leveled too while we were at it. So if you want, you can go around this way. Or you can go up this way with the bomb area effects. We don't have 2 yet to do set traps. So at this point, I'll just save the points where we're at. Because right over here, skill altar. There it is. We're in another skill point. Now we have 2. Let's go ahead and take set trap. And you can see we need to go up and out to the right. Again, you can see it pays. You should be paying attention to the map. For you speedrunners, you might think I'm blasting through a little fast, but that's part of why we do it this way, is to give you every opportunity to be successful.
Bit of poison on my blade. Then let's go!
All dead. Little beasties. And on we go. Up the path. Dark orange ones, remember you want to check these. Some more notes from the professor.
This is the place which was depicted on the mural in the Cave of Knowledge. In fact, Vinbar visibly went through this passage not long ago.
So here we go. Sacred Passage to the Mountain. Quest is going to change on us. The main story quest now will become Vinbar's Sanctuary. This is part 1. You can see, there it is. And there's a couple of different paths through here. Take whichever route you like. Chest down there if you want to loot it. And we don't, we just want to kill everything that's available in front of us. See waterfalls and all kinds of cool stuff here. Got nothing to do but to keep on following the path. Take the ladder up, because you can't climb the other side. Loot iron. More beasties with no trouble for us. We continue to fly through this thing. Be a little bit different when we're doing extreme difficulty, by the way. It will not be as easy as I'm making this look. Oh, we actually got hit. What do you know? There's a couple more we're gonna have to fight. Here we go. Thought I saw the sparkles of something iron. And you can see there's more path above us. Not really where we need to go, but let's do a quick look-see for you. See, whoops. Takes you back to the beginning. Just wanted to show you that. Travel through, and then we go to Falag, the Rocky Mounts. I think we did pick up a couple of things. Okay, there we go. Should be ready for us in our new area. So it's just a matter of making it through this area to the next sealed door. So you can see it's pretty straightforward here.
Finally, we've made it to high ground. Now, let's find this trail to the sanctuary. It can't be far from here. Bloodied feathers.
I've seen some big birds in my days at sea, but none had feathers this size.
Looks like Vinbar must have begun his transformation. He will soon become a guardian of the mountains.
Okay, keep following this trail.
More of these giant feathers. We're on the right trail.
So I just wanted to show you another skill altar right there. Stick to the left here.
Over there, more feathers.
Figure 3.
More of these giant feathers. We're on the right trail.
Figure 2, which we don't have either. And we don't have a camp nearby. Oh, there's one right here. Okay, that's the only one here. But when you switch to the workbench, we need to switch gloves to the blacksmith. So you can see for this, purple is the highest level, so it gives you elemental resistance plus 10% plus 1 vigor, 5% 1 vigor, just 1 vigor. We can have magical resistance in 1. So do you want elemental? Do you want magic? Poison, which is the one we're going to use. Hold on. So lock picking, vigor, vigor with magical resistance, poison with science. We want a vigor 1. So let's just take magic resistance. So armor and balance. More armor, less balance. 24 and 12. What was the first one? 12 and 24 armor. So we want more. Let's pick that one. So we need pure iron, which we don't have right here. What we're after is more balance. So we need more pure iron for this one too. So let's check our chest. Ingredients. I think we're gonna need about 4, but let's take 6 to be sure. Okay, let's go back into our inventory now. Equip this. Equip this. All right. And
We found the entrance to the sanctuary. I hope all that remains.
okay, we don't want to do that yet. We want to see if we can jump across. Now, if we have enough vigor. There we go. The professor's notes.
It's not possible just now.
So then we need to switch to our science gear. And switch back to the Warrior King. Hey, there's a free skill point. Let's work on the trap upgrades. Okay, so let's head up here real quick so we can find a way to open the door made of roots. Should known from previous time that it's going to take a couple of seeds.
This must be the entrance to Vinbar's sanctuary. But it is obstructed. He knows how to protect his home. A stone altar. It resembles the one that protects the passage to Mev's sanctuary. This must be where I need to place the seed. And here is another altar. Are 2 seeds necessary to open the passage? How can we learn which plant seed is required?
You don't just reveal the secret to your hideout, unless it were to the person you love.
You are right. We need to find this Sarah. The seed that I have is not enough. I need to find Sarah. She might be able to help. Let's return to the village.
Okay, so there we are. Let's go to quests and let's switch to this one. Searching for Constantine. Switch to this one now, because this one we'll come back to later. And let's head to the camp and travel. "11 hours of traveling." We try and force feed this this loading screen here. So we're getting near the end, obviously. We're going to set aside a save here in a little while. Let's show the map real quick. We just need to go around the corner.
Bit of poison on my blade. Then let's go!
Alright, low level dudes. Or no way any kind of challenge to us anymore.
This is the camp that Constantine's escort must have established.
It looks more like a battlefield. I hope the Donegad and your cousin survived the fight.
Search the area. Let's see if we can find any clues as to what happened here.
Okay.
The tents are lacerated by what looks like claws. And there are traces of blood everywhere. Some of these men must have been attacked in their sleep. By beasts? Most of the weapons are missing. Our soldiers wouldn't have taken a rest without defenses. Our soldiers were attacked by surprise, and animals were amongst the assailants. However, our men reacted properly. They were armed and they fled as best they could. There are no bodies, and no sign of the presence of Constantine or Katasak. Perhaps they were in another place, and the soldiers wanted to join them. We need to follow the tracks.
Okay. So once they tell you you need to follow the tracks, then you head on down.
An entire stampede passed by here.
And you can see the quest point up ahead.
Area and taken this path followed by their assailants. This is a sacred place of a native cult. No doubt this is where Katasak and Constantine were going.
It isn't really a place of a cult, but rather a place of anchoring. A place where Donegada perform a ritual to become Sinolmenawi. These places are charged with great energy. Perhaps Katasak wanted to use it to bring relief to your cousin.
Perhaps. But there are bodies, and without a doubt there was fighting here. Search the place. Let's see what we are able to find.
Sorry, I left too soon. Sorry about that.
The corpses of both men and beasts. These soldiers fought dearly to the... Neither Constantine nor Katasak are amongst them. A crater, without a doubt caused by an explosive potion. The soldiers might have been carrying them. They must have been desperate to have taken such drastic measures. This blade is a native ritual knife, and this bowl contained a potion. Someone wanted to perform a ritual here. Could Katasak have found a better means to alleviate Constantine's symptoms? Constantine and Katasak must have been visiting this place, perhaps performing some sort of healing ritual. When the attack took place, the soldiers intervened and many fell during the fight, but a group escaped down this path. We need to continue following their tracks.
Okay, so where we were heading before. You can see straight ahead.
More tracks. Footprints. The ones who got away fled this way. Strange. These trees look half calcinated, as if they were exposed to immense heat. These weapons are in terrible condition. Whatever did these men come up against? Another burnt tree. This path seems to have been scorched in flames.
Bit of poison on my blade. And let's go!
More signs of an explosion. Can't believe that our soldiers could be carrying so many explosive potions. These poor soldiers were torn to pieces. Animals again? Or something else? New footprints. It looks as if a group met up with them and took this path. There was more fighting over here. There are not only corpses of our own men. Where could these other soldiers have come from? More signs of explosions. But what were they doing with all these explosives on them?
So somewhere, I don't see it, should be another orange. Little thingy sticking up in the air, but I don't see it, so let's move forward and see what happens. Here we go.
Only a handful made it up here. The path stops on this overhang, and despite signs of a skirmish, I can't see any sign of Constantine or Katasak.
So a couple hits, but no real damage.
These rocks were broken, as if they had taken cannon fire. But what could have happened here? I don't recognize these men. Still more unknown soldiers. Could they have been responsible for the attack? This one is carrying a letter. Let's see. According to this note, this troop came from an outpost of the Bridge Alliance close by. A patrol, no doubt. Could the bridge be in some way linked to this attack? That makes no sense. These vials look familiar. Katasak used the very same to stock his potions. He came all the way here. I'm going to pick them up. I recognize this sack. It's my cousin's. Oh, Constantine. What have you gotten yourself into again? Very well. Let's sum things up. Constantine and Katasak definitely came through here to an attack obviously involving wild animals. And then there are these traces of inexplicable...
You cannot suspect my people are behind this attack.
Unless he himself was behind.
How could you even think something like that?
Perhaps he only did it to gain our trust. With Constantine captive, he can now apply. But in all truth, I have no idea what to think. Regardless of who is guilty, I must find my cousin. Perhaps we could return to Wenxavier in order to learn more. Katazak may have returned there. His Voglendyke might be able to tell us where to find him. We are also going to have to visit the Outpost. Their soldiers participated in the combat. Or at least the end of it.
That trail seems a better one to follow.
That is true. But I do not see how they... However, one way or another, Constantine is in danger. Let us be on our way without further delay.
Okay, so we need to investigate the Alliance outpost. Which means you gotta go all the way back around and then over to there. So let's head back. There's some iron. Let's hope for some pure. Nope, just crude. Chest, might as well loot it. Almost all the way around.
Bit of poison on my blade. Then let's go! Take a potion if you want to cast more spells.
Can't even remember we were down this way once before. And we couldn't get through this area up here because weren't that far along in the quest, and now we can. Just keep running this way. This is where the wall was. Now it's all broken through. Alright, before we go any farther, I'm going to make a save, because it's been a while since we made a save.
Colonials? You must have gotten lost to have come this far from nowhere. To whom do I owe the honor?
De Sardet. I am legate of the Congregation of Merchants on this island.
A legate? Here? Pardon my dismay, but with Captain Idris. What can I do for you, milady?
I am looking for Constantine d'Orsay, the island governor of the Congregation of Merchants.
A governor? Here? Whatever would he be doing in this rattle?
My cousin was part of an expedition in this region. His men and his camp were attacked. They nearly all died. But we found no trace of his body, which has us hoping that he may still be alive, wounded and holding up somewhere, or even captured.
Have you cast your suspicions in? We've had neither reinforcements nor supplies for weeks. In my book, I wouldn't risk the few lives remaining
And
to
the
attack
Big
the
Finn
governor's camp.
is
I'm not
awake
crazy.
again.
I'm truly sorry for your cousin, Excellency, but we haven't seen him. And we definitely
The
haven't
old
kidnapped
shark
him.
fin.
The region is dangerous. The natives are heartless. You should be looking in their direction.
You do know that we found the bodies.
How could you be sure?
One of them was carrying.
And they are dead.
Explain yourself, Captain.
They were monitoring the zone. They were to warn us of any troop movements. We have lost too many men to yesterday. We heard screams.
And you didn't go and see for yourself? You hear screams.
So the last of my men give up their lives for nothing as well? You can think of me as a coward if you like.
Why do I have the feeling that you're holding something back from me?
So you have three choices. We'll
I
burn
can
some
see
gold.
how difficult your present. I'm certain I cannot solve all of your problems.
A little gold with certain...
A survivor.
He wasn't able to say a word. Our nurse sits with him. His wounds are extremely serious. He's just refusing to die.
I am sorry to hear.
Go and see the nurse. I can't take it anymore. Anything else?
Concerning the young man.
Did you see the nurse?
Not yet.
Really? This boy... Anything else?
I need to be going.
I would very much like to do the same.
Alright, so what we need to do now is head off to the nurse's station up here. Sorry about the dog, guys. He's a little rambunctious.
What are you doing there?
I know. I've come to see the wounded soldier.
That is very kind of him. But alas, it's a little late.
What are you saying?
No, he still lives. But I've been asking the cat. I no longer have a single remedy. And now that we have a wound...
Do you know what type of remedy?
Yes, at least I think so.
I see.
Okay, so you talk to the nurse. She gave you the recipe. Run down here to the crafting table. Alright, science level 1. And head back up.
Were you able to concoct the potion against...
Yes, I was. Might we administer it?
Give it to me. I'll take care of this. There. We must wait and be patient now.
Will he make it?
I hope so. We'll know soon enough. This potion is extremely potent.
And if he survives, when could we speak to him?
Come back tomorrow at the same time. We'll know more then.
Very well. I'll come back tomorrow.
See you soon. And thank you again for your help.
Okay, so you can see the timer running. So the easiest thing to do is head out to the camp that's down here. Let's just go ahead and open this up for Arya. Right there. And rest for 24 hours. That's the fastest way to deal with this. 11, 13, 19, 20 hours. That's the most you can do. So we got 2 minutes left. So at this point, let's go to the inventory. Switch back to this one. Two minutes and 30 seconds, so we'll just jog it. You can see we move pretty fast for the time we have left. Just checking to see if there was any iron we can loot. There isn't. So if you want, you can check these out. Let's take a quick look at the missions. These are where we're at. Side quests, those are almost done for the camps. So we'll listen to the soldier's account, but we have to wait a little less than 2 minutes now for him to recover. Go inside. We gotta wait for the time. Nothing else we can do in here but wait for the time to go by. So while we're waiting, don't forget to friend and follow us on Twitch. Much appreciated. Join us in chat. We'd love to have you around and talk it up, talk the other games up that we're playing and gonna be playing as well. We will get back into some Dragon Age Inquisition. That one we kind of left by the wayside while we were powering through Greedfall here. If you're on YouTube, smash that like button, hit that like button, crush that like button, all those different euphemisms. We appreciate it, and subscribe to the channel, why don't you? It's a big help to us, doesn't really cost you anything, but it allows us to keep bringing you some content. Be nice if we could get a few more people subscribe to the channel. And as we're waiting here, we got 1 more minute to go in 3 seconds. And we just watched the countdown here, 58, 57. You guys can count it down too. If you fast forward this part of the video, you can see what we get to when we listen to the Wounded Man's Tale. That will complete the quest, and we'll start the next main story quest, Dead Man's Voice. And then we'll return to Vinbar's Sanctuary quest part 2. We won't get all that done this video. We'll get along a little ways, but then we'll be saving some videos. We'll be making some saves and then powering through some end game trophies. And I'll show you how to get some of these accumulation ones that we may or may not have gotten already, that you may or may not have gotten. I've already gotten them. But it'll definitely be something we'll help you with as well. So now with a solid 20 seconds left to go before we can talk to the Burned Man. I know that we'll be bringing this stream to an end here shortly. We're about 1 hour 45 minutes in. We'll need to get this one down. 9, 8, 7, 6. Boy, that's slow. I think the seconds will come off a little bit faster than that. Okay, there he goes. You see him sit up and talk to him.
Hello, soldier.
Better.
I simply prepared the post. Could you tell me what happened during the attack?
I will try. They're not really memories I'm fond to bring back. A lot of my friends died up there. We were posted up on the peak, and we heard sounds of fighting not far from our position. Men were screaming. Soldiers of the Coin Guard and an islander were trying to protect a young man. He seemed dire ill.
Constantine and his escort. Who were they fighting against?
Dozens of wild animals. They seemed completely enraged and intent on devouring them. And there were flames.
Flames? Where were they coming from?
I don't know. My friends and other soldiers fell one after the other. I didn't see everything. All was blood and confusion with beasts and fire. But I thought I saw another islander. Big. He's the one who took the sickened man. There was practically no one left on the battlefield. I was wounded and I passed out. I came to when I heard voices of islanders approaching. I thought to myself, they're coming to finish off the wounded. I got up with difficulty and fled. I dragged myself here. And you know the rest.
I'm going to have to go and find these rebels.
You shouldn't do that. They killed all of my friends. You take a great risk.
That's enough. Rest now. You're still far from having recovered.
Yes. It's best I leave you now. I've learned enough. I'll have a word with your captain. Goodbye.
Okay, so let's go talk to the captain.
Excellency, I was told that you said thank you.
Please, I did nothing more than...
Did you learn what you needed to learn?
Yes. He and his company heard sounds of the attack, and they went to... My cousin's escort were nearly annihilated by animals that jumped out. A strange sorcerer controlled them. It was he...
One of those rebel savages, no doubt. They must have learned that an important man was in the region and thought he would make the perfect... I'm sorry.
Don't apologize. I know where the camp can be...
Like you freed the scholars. You're a good woman, Excellency. Thank you again for saving my soldier.
I need to be going.
I would very much like to do the same. Safe journey, Your Excellency.
Okay, so you can see the next quest. We need to talk to Darren about the attack, so let's take a quick look at the map. You can see there's a skill altar right here. And over here is where we need to go to question Darren. So let's head on out. We'll snag the skill altar real quick. I don't know what we're going to do with all these skills we have. We're not even really using them all. But we will find a use for them at the end. We already have some of the skills I'm going to show you how to get. Or some of the skills, some of the trophies I'm going to show you how to get with these skills. But from the camp, travel. Let's check the map first so I can, let's see if it'll label the one for us. Smoldering River Camp. scuba camp. Okay. Travel.
Bit of poison on my blade. And let's go!
These guys are pretty weak. They're go down in just a couple of shots.
Let's see if you can ward off this fate.
There we go. There's the skill altar. So this camp is Digison Camp. So for this one, it's easiest if you just head back to the camp so you don't have to travel through the cave. And we already looked and it was this one right here is the closest one. So just go ahead and travel. And there you go. We're here.
Bit of poison on my blade. And let's go! Take a potion if you want to cast more spells.
And there we go. Easy peasy. Back to this torn up little camp. Dodge that guy. There's the quest marker.
Hello.
Renaigse.
To speak to you about my cousins. A soldier from the nearby outpost survived. I know that you see us as your enemies, but we are not here to harm you. I only seek to find the man I consider to be my brother, as well as the man who was protecting him. Katasak, one of your greatest Donegad.
No Donea Exregao would attack Katasach.
If you didn't attack him, you must know what happened to them. I was told that an islander took my cousin away. Perhaps your men were there to aid them.
We do not have your cousin, and we do not know what happened to him. As for Katasach, and the Vorst Tire, he died from his wounds. That night, we heard the sounds. We went to see, but we arrived too late. The last breath of Katasach and many of the Renaigse were dead. We could do no more.
We carried the body of the...
He gave his life to protect Constantine. May he rest in peace. This request might surprise you.
Why? What do you want to do with him, Renaigse?
Examine him. We were told that an island...
No Donea Exregal would attack Catus.
That is the very reason I need to...
You may see him.
Okay, so we need to go check the body out. There he is.
Seeing the state of his body, I hate myself for having suspected him. Forgive me, Donegad, to have doubted your loyalty. And even more for what we are about to do. Now then. Let's see what story this corpse has to tell.
So, intuition level 2.
The corpse retains the marks of a bludgeoning. There are large bruises all over it. I can see no wounds that could be attributed to a blade or musket shot. The main wound is found on the chest, which was crushed by something tremendous, to the extent that the skin has been torn, and the ribs are in pieces and the organs punctured. The edges of the wound are singed and smell of burnt flesh. There is a powdery spot on this wound, as if from ash or dusty gravel. Kadazak bore the brunt of this attack of incredible force. I would venture to say it was inhuman. I can only imagine one thing that would have inflicted such a wound. It's as if an enormous burning stone hit him right in the center of the chest. And seeing as how the bodies of the soldiers we found were sporting wounds of a similar nature, we can deduce that we are tracking a man or a creature capable of using molten rock as a weapon.
I can't imagine an Adaig behavior that they might attack careless hunters. The power to call volcano fires could only be that of a guardian.
We still don't really know who is actually behind this attack, nor what they want. Judging by the severity of these wounds, I fear the worst for Constantine.
All your experiments.
We had to at least try. Are you not...
We've grown accustomed to the loss of lives. All the same, Guardian and Donegad would never attack one another. There is a ritual that might help us. Anatalas Fair.
The Anatalas Fair? What is it? Tell me more.
It is a magical rite. It allows the Donegad who chant...
That would allow us to at least see the face of his assassin.
If what I have heard is...
Let's ask her for her help, then. She might be...
You are quick to ask another to put her... Imagine the pain of the wounds of another. Shaking your body is the... This is what you must ask of the Tiernahach. When her companion was lost in battle. Since that day, our Tiernahach...
That would explain her distrust of the colonials.
You must make her see your purpose.
Okay, so we know something like a living volcano, surprise, surprise, are killing our people. Got our brother. We need to speak to Mev now to get her to help us, and then we need to perform a ritual. Go through right here like we did previously. Go around that little rise so we can head on out. All right, so we're now just a touch over 2 hours. So we'll travel to this next area, make a save, and that'll be the end of this video as we're getting near the end of the story. Don't forget again, I know I've asked before, friend and follow us on Twitch, much appreciated. Also, if you're on YouTube, like our videos and subscribe. We appreciate you having you along, for sure. And so drop your save in. Gotta wait for here. This is loading up. There you go. And we will see you next time. And this one was for Harley.